Welcome to episode 39 of the Head and Tail podcast. I'm your host, Melody. Thank you so much for joining me. Each episode, I like to give a strategy or encouragement for dealing with the ups and downs, the head and tail of life. Today, I want to talk through 5 strategies to help us deal with change. So let's rock it. We know that one of the most dependable and constant things in life is change. We're guaranteed change around every corner. We see it in nature, the seasons, our bodies, minds, and spirits. We grow, we gain knowledge, and our stories take all kinds of turns. Whether you're going through major or small changes, negative or positive, it can be difficult, uncomfortable, and painful. Maybe it's a move from one city to another. Maybe it's a breakup, a job change, or perhaps the loss of a dear loved one. Sometimes change happens gradually, but other times it's really sudden. Either way, we have to find ways to cope through the process, or we might find ourselves stuck in difficult emotions we feel are eating us up. As I've recently been going through a move, I wanted to share 5 strategies I think can be helpful for all of us. Number 1, take a friend on the journey. Pain divided is lessened, and joy divided is multiplied. When we go through difficult things alone, we can only go so far. It's really amazing how much more resilient we can be with the support of people we can count on. For some of us, this might mean a simple phone call to a friend or family member or therapist. Explain what's going on and let them know we need support through the whole process. We can ask them to check up on us, and this has a way of being a double benefit, because when other people know we're comfortable asking them for moral support, they can be more comfortable asking us support when they need it. Second strategy, don't compare. Oftentimes, when we go through a major change, we start comparing our present to our past or to a concept of the future. But we don't really know what we're going to experience if we've never experienced it. It might be initially painful, but we can get scared of things we don't understand and scared of anything new, simply because our brain wants to keep us comfortable, to keep us in the known. Life without the people and things we know and love is simply not comprehensible to our brain. This is normal to feel afraid and uncertain in the unknown. But in these moments, instead of labeling things as, quote, better or worse, maybe we can simply give ourselves space to recognize this is all brand new territory, and we don't have to predict the outcome. Number 3, choose to be fiercely sentimental about right now. There are so many times many of us feel sentimental while reliving the past in our mind, and we dwell on the desire to go back. We want to relive these things, but we can also be sentimental about this exact moment right now. We can look around and appreciate who and what it is we have in our lives in this moment. What good can we see? What things and places are we a part of in this breath? What people or things can we turn our attention toward to make us feel a sense of appreciation, gratitude, and even joy? I think when we can choose to be fiercely sentimental, not just about goodness in the past, but about each present moment, we become masters not only of change, but of life. Sentimental can have a melancholic stigma, but it can be a beautiful thing if we're living in the moment that we're choosing to be sentimental over. Number 4, try to have something to look forward to. I realize that sometimes change happens suddenly. Sometimes it happens so fast, whether it's moving or losing a loved one. If we don't have time to prepare, it can be hard for us to motivate ourselves to have something to look forward to. But if at all possible, it is a great idea to always have something that we feel we're working towards, to keep hope in our heart that we will experience goodness and joy and light again. It doesn't have to be something very specific we're looking towards. Instead, it can just be a hope that we hold loosely, that we know the sun will come out, and that we will smile again, that we will choose to let ourselves smile again. Number 5, sleep enough. Sleep even more. When we go through major changes, we need a little extra energy to handle whatever is going on. Sleep not only recharges us, but better enables us to process and file what's happening in our lives. Recent BU studies reveal that while we sleep, our body actually produces cerebral spinal fluid that washes our brain. So take a little extra time to rest, nap, or at least lay down during seasons of change. It helps immensely. If you or someone you know is experiencing a large change in life, don't be hesitant to reach out. Even if it looks like everything is great on the outside, sometimes change can be really hard. And we've talked about this before in previous episodes, but you never know just how much it means when you simply make a phone call or write a note to someone. Being there for someone during a major change can help ease the burden. If you're the person who needs support, make sure you ask for it. Often, we don't feel supported simply because we haven't asked the caring and capable people around us. Most people are willing and even happy to give support if they know we need it. These strategies obviously don't take away all the discomfort of change completely, but they do make us more resilient as we go through changes. Your life story is already beautiful, and I'm so glad that you and I share this planet, this journey, and this life together. Be well, and until next time, let's rock it.